behind the Alf'Dawg Show. Anybody that want the man's number right here, Elroy Harris, you want him to jig at your party? Let me know, because I don't know if anybody would, just let me know. Okay, if you want to be a guest on the Alf'Dawg Show, let me know on my Facebook page, okay? And as well, our future Battle of the Sexes show. You want to take the men down? I don't think you're going to do it, but you can try us. The opportunity is there. I know T-Ball is going to get up in that, but, I know Elroy is going to lay on the law, and you can't even touch this guy right over here. You can't even touch B-Wood, all right? And I'll just clean up, so we going to get it in, all right? Let me know if you want to be a part of that, all right? Now back to our sports and the NFL. We mentioned the 5 rising teams, and now with 5 teams, it's going down the basement, dog. Go ahead, T-Ball.
I'm gonna speed this up here. My 5th team, the Cincinnati Bengals. Team number 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Team number 3, the Chicago Bears. Team number 2, the New England Patriots. And
team number
let's get a drum roll.
1 will be
the top declining team in the NFL this season, the San Diego Chargers.
What? All right. We got some discussion here to enlighten. New England. Let's start with New England because, they had Tom Brady. They have been the team of the decade, but they were unceremoniously dismissed early by their standards in the postseason.
Less than stellar in that postseason.
By the Baltimore Ravens. Did that start their decline from being the elite in the NFL?
I don't think it completely depleted their reign as one of the top teams in the NFL. I do think their reign over the AFC and the rest of the NFL is now over. No more Super Bowls for them. I really don't see it happening. See a team that's getting old. Randy Moss might not be renewing his contract next year. Tom Brady, he's still the same elite quarterback, but he's not as elite as he was.
He's getting older.
Getting older too.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be I think he's gonna be 33, 34 this year.
Yeah, I think 34.
34.
So Wes Welker, he's coming off injury as well. Has his skills declined?
I really think he can still be the top possession receiver in the NFL. He's done it the past few years, averaging over 112 catches per season, around the 7 to 9 touchdown range. I really think he can still do it, but he might be a step slow this season, getting off that ACL injury. He might be coming back a little too early. Some doctors may say, but he will be ready for the season. Might not be as fast-paced.
Elroy.
I think their decline happened in the Super Bowl. I think that took a lot out of them.
The one that they lost
to the New York Giants. Mm-hmm. I think that took a lot out of them because they were because the Giants played them so tough at the last game of the season.
Yeah, that was huge.
They barely won, and then they go to this, and it was all the pressure was on them.
They were
undefeated, win this game, and then you're the
greatest team ever. That makes a whole lot of difference. That's a very interesting point. New England, no pressure was on the Giants. Nobody thought they was going to win.
No pressure.
You might have thrown out some picks. I want you might get some
the Giants to
picks.
win.
I want the Giants to win.
I don't think they will.
B-Wood?
And I believe they declined last year when they faced off against the Jets. Why? Because they missed about 5 field goals. 5. Okay, they was leading at first, and then the Jets end up leading. But it could have been many of times that the San Diego Chargers could have beat the Jets and move on to the next round. So I'm just saying, you need to get a new kicker.
Well,
That's a hard diss to Nate Kading, the AFC Pro Bowl kicker who hit 32 out of 35 last year. That's 91%.
Yeah.
91%. But he has had problems in the postseason before. So, I do think
T-Bone, you just scared me with that policy. Another team on the list, and I know you're not gonna ever make it on Ocho Cinco's show ever.
Mm-mm.
Cincinnati on the decline. Now Cincinnati has been one of those teams that they have had success one year, and they have fallen. Next year. Cincinnati was close. Inconsistent. Where do you think? Why do you have Cincinnati on your list?
I have Cincinnati on the declining list because of the way they exited the playoffs. The game against the New York Jets was absolutely tumultuous. I mean, I'm looking at Carson Palmer. I'm like, is this the same Carson Palmer from the regular season?
Yeah, he choked.
And I'm looking at Chad Ochocinco. Darrell Revis had that man on a leash.
Darrell Revis was so wrong, man. He was so wrong.
On a leash. He intercepted 2 passes. Chad Ochocinco only had 2 receptions that game.
Ocho, you talked all that smack.
2 receptions.
But Revis locked you down.
2 receptions?
Twice last year.
Really? 2 receptions in a playoff game? Do I really see that going? And Shane Graham, probably one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, looked dismal in that game. That was a disgrace.
Oh yeah.
He looked dismal. He missed a 28-yarder. He missed a 28-yarder. Could have cut into that deficit. Goes wide right.
Yeah, boy.
I'm speechless.
I mean, they won the AFC North last year. I mean, they looked good, and then they played the Jets 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Last game of the season, they
got their butts kicked that last game of the season.
37-0.
Oh man,
that factored into the postseason. I like it didn't because they really didn't play all their players, but it did. The Jets knew that they can beat them, and Cincinnati just was like, no, they're not going to beat us.
They played lackadaisical. They didn't take anything serious.
Now I want to talk about San Diego. San Diego's a team who, a couple of seasons ago, they was 1 game away from the Super Bowl. And previous season before that, they were 14-2. With LT, they look like, one of the best teams in the league. How come San Diego over the years has not been able to pull off the championship?
I think they're choke artists.
I think they pressure. I think they're under pressure.
How was they under pressure though? Like who cracked under pressure?
Who do you think cracked?
Well, last year, like I said, I think the kicker cracked under pressure.
So Nate Kading is the one to slam?
No.
We're gonna slam the
But
kicker
also-
here on the Alf'Dawg Show.
It's not just the kicker; it's everybody. Now, of course, do any of y'all guys ever believe that San Diego really sucked at football?
No.
The Chargers. No one ever believed
No.
that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all I'm saying is that they one of the good teams in the AFC, but when it comes down to it, they can't prove it. I think they can. I think they could have beat the Jets, and I think they could have made it to the Super Bowl. But
They should have.
They were my
Pressure.
pick, actually, to make the Super Bowl.
pressure.
I had the Jets.
They have to put all that pressure that they have in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, as you seen, they played great, right? I mean, not in the playoffs. The regular season.
Regular
Yes.
season.
The regular season, they played great, right? They need to put whatever happened in the past from the playoffs into the regular season, but also remove when San Diego make it to the playoffs next year. They have to remove every bad decision that happened last year from the playoffs to make it to the Super Bowl. I think they can do it.
Wasn't it San Diego last year that had a bad start and they had to fight their way?
Right.
Denver choked last year.
Denver
Denver,
choked.
the Broncos. You're pathetic.
They're not even on the list.
You're pathetic.
Either one.
How can you go from one game from making to the playoffs
6-0
to
finish the season
to letting San Diego, who was 4-8,
It was my Ravens that stopped Denver.
make the playoffs? How pathetic is that team?
You noticed that when the Ravens beat Denver, they just lost everything.
A lot of that lies on Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, when we come back, we'll talk more about that.